Think no one can afford to live in Florida anymore? Well, that's simply not true, especially here in Southwest Florida. I'm Braden Milner, team lead of the Milner team at Florida Future Realty here in Cape Coral, Florida. I'm a lifelong local and third-generation realtor. Today, I'm going to break down the real numbers behind the cost of living and insurance in Southwest Florida, not just what's going viral online. Let's talk about what the headlines are getting wrong. If you've been following the news lately, you've probably seen some pretty alarming stories about Florida's housing market. Headlines claiming insurance is unaffordable, HOA fees are skyrocketing, and people are fleeing the state. But here's what these stories aren't telling you. Most of these extreme cases focus on three very specific situations. First, mismanaged condo associations that deferred maintenance for years. Second, older manufactured home communities that are particularly vulnerable to storms. And third, buildings with lack of reserves, unexpected assessments which cause rising HOA dues. These stories are real, but they make up a small part of the Florida housing landscape. Most single-family homes, and especially new construction properties, are in a completely different situation. Let me give you the real picture for single-family homes in Southwest Florida. The insurance market has actually stabilized in 2025 for well-maintained homes. According to recent data from NerdWallet and MoneyGeek, the average insurance premium for Cape Coral is around $2,520 annually. That's about $210 per month, and Fort Myers is showing similar rates. According to Way Better Insurance's 2025 analytics, we're actually seeing a projected 5.6% rate reduction for many properties in Fort Myers this year. But here's what's really interesting. Buyers are getting much better rates if their homes have newer roofs, storm shutters, or impact glass, and are in elevated flood zones. Homes that meet these criteria often receive sub $3,000 per year policies, and sometimes even less for newer builds. In fact, new construction homes are preferred by insurers, with many policies coming in under $1,500 per year. I've recently seen quotes for small new construction homes for as low as $900 a year. If the home's a new build, has a newer roof, impact windows, or other storm protection, and sits in a higher elevation zone, insurance companies feel confident, and it shows in the premium. Now let's talk about the overall cost of living, because this is where Southwest Florida really shines compared to other coastal areas. When you compare Southwest Florida to other coastal cities across the country, our housing prices per square foot are still remarkably affordable. According to recent cost of living comparisons from Forbes and Best Places, Cape Coral and Fort Myers remain significantly more affordable than comparable coastal regions in California, the Northeast, and even parts of Texas. A 2,000 square foot home here might cost you $450,000, while that same home in San Diego would be well over $900,000. Our property taxes also remain lower than many other states as well. The Tax Foundation's 2025 analysis shows Florida's effective property tax rate at just 0.74%, well below the national average and significantly lower than states like New Jersey, Illinois, or Texas. On a $400,000 home, that's a savings of thousands of dollars every year compared to those higher tax states. And don't forget, Florida has no state income tax. For someone earning $75,000 a year, that can mean keeping an extra $3,000 to $5,000 in your pocket compared to states with income tax. Utility and grocery costs are very manageable here too. While we do use some more air conditioning in the summer, our winter heating costs are practically non-existent compared to northern states. Let me give you a concrete example. You can still get a brand new home with a pool here for under $500,000 with affordable insurance and taxes. Now try that in California, New Jersey, or even some parts of Texas. We even see budget builds here coming in as low as the high 200,000s, and that's with warranties, energy efficiency design, and modern features that keep maintenance and insurance costs lower. Now let's break down the real differences in cost of living between condos, single-family homes, and manufactured homes, because this is where a lot of the confusion comes from. For condos, yes, some have high monthly HOA fees due to deferred maintenance or poor reserves. Recent legislation requires stricter reserve funding, which has caused some older buildings to significantly increase their fees. According to recent reports, some Florida condo owners are seeing HOA increases of 50% or more to meet these new requirements. But that's not the whole story. Many other condo associations are well managed and financially stable. The key is doing your due diligence, reviewing the association's financial statements, reserve studies, and maintenance records before buying. For manufactured homes, insurance is indeed more limited and may be harder to place. These homes typically have higher insurance premiums relative to their value, and fewer companies offer coverage. They have a lower upfront cost, but potentially higher long-term risk. However, some recent advancements in modular home technology, which comply with local building codes, may be something to look into. Single-family homes, especially newer ones, offer more control, better resale value, and a safer insurance landscape. You're not dependent on an association's financial decisions, and you have more options for insurance coverage. So when you hear about a $700 a month HOA fee for a mismanaged condo, when comparing that to a $200 a month insurance premium on a $500,000 single family home, you're not looking at apples to apples. Even though that condo might have a lower purchase price, the total monthly cost could be significantly higher. And these unforeseen increases have left many sellers scrambling, causing the selling rush we're seeing. The bottom line is this: if you're thinking about moving to Southwest Florida, don't let the headlines scare you. Yes, there are challenges in certain segments of the housing market, just like anywhere else, but for most buyers, especially those looking at single-family homes or well-managed newer communities, Southwest Florida remains an affordable, attractive option with a fantastic quality of life. Our team constantly works with clients who are surprised to learn that their total housing costs here, mortgage, insurance, taxes, and utilities combined, are actually lower than what they were paying up north or out west. So if you're thinking about making a move to Southwest Florida, don't let the headlines scare you. Let's talk about what you're actually looking for and what you can really expect. Reach out via any of the contact information below, and we'll walk you through the real numbers for your specific situation, help you understand the insurance landscape, and find the right property that fits your budget and lifestyle. And if you found this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel for more real, data-driven insights about the Southwest Florida real estate market, not just fear-based headlines. Thank you all for watching. I'm Braden Milner, and I'll see you in our next video.